Yeah. Welcome to West Coast We Active Podcast, number one independent podcast in the world. I need you to go to westcoastweactive.com, number one independent website in the world. Why, you ask? Because it's me, Big Silencer, DJ Heavenly, Jaron Draws, and the whole family. Tune in, stay active, don't miss out, get some merch, freshen up. Summertime's coming. We need to stay busy. Much love to y'all. Hit the subscribe button, like, share, do all that good stuff, and get at me. Yeah. How you doing there, Marcus Attwood Jr. and Marcus Attwood OG?
We doing pretty? I'm doing pretty good and blessed.
Doing good. Yeah. How are you?
Man, I'm amazing, and I'm honored and blessed to have you, such an amazing upcoming talent in the industry, because skateboarding, I hold that very close to the heart. You know, I grew up skateboarding as a kid. My oldest son was a skateboarder before he got an injury and fell into schizophrenia and whatnot. But you're a talented kid, man, and your pops is pushing you 100% out here, you know, and I don't know him, but I feel like I know you guys because I'm on that same path for my children, you know, so let's get into it. It's an honor to have you. Where do you guys come from, and how did you get into it?
From Sacramento, California.
Yee.
I got into skateboarding. Introduce yourself.
I'm Marcus Sr., and I'm from Vallejo, California, but I live in the Sacramento area, Elk Grove, and my son is born and raised Sacramento.
Man, it's an honor. Elk Grove, that's what's up. I've been up to Sacramento a couple times. It's nice up there, man. Peaceful.
Yeah, it's the burbs.
You know what I mean? So what got you interested in skateboarding?
My old babysitter, they used to skateboard, so when they babysit me, I used to ride their skateboards.
Oh, that's cool.
I used to watch them skateboard.
And who's one of your favorite skateboarders?
Robert Neal.
Robert Neal. There you go. So I mean, so what's the move? Like, what's your biggest upcoming project you guys working on right now?
Tampa, Florida contest.
Oh, the Tampa, Florida contest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tampa Am. Spot Tampa is in Tampa Bay, Florida. It's an amateur competition. You got people from all around the world that compete in that competition. It's a world-renowned, world-known competition. It's been in competition now. This year make the 28th year.
Wow.
So, you know, we working on that. We went last year. Big ups to TY Entertainment. My big bro TY, he one of the sponsors behind my son, and you know, he helped us get there. He played a significant part in helping us get out there to Florida last year. So,
hey man, TY is a real boss in the game, you know what I mean? And I salute him 100,000,000%, you know.
Off top, that's big bro. You know what I mean? I came from Vallejo. You know, I was born and raised in Vallejo, lived out there for 31 years, and I seen the best. I seen the best and I seen the worst. You know what I'm saying? And I seen the best start from nothing, create something, and turn into something, you know, from the bottom to the top. I come out of an era that's out the trunk era, you know, where basically, you know, what we believe in, what we push in, and what we market in, you know, we out the trunk with it. Basically like a mom and pop start, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we got going with Team Attwood skateboarding.
Man, Team Attwood all day. My son just jumped in the chat. He said he's rooting for you. He knows about the Tampa AM. So we're rooting for you, man. How old are you?
I'm 13.
13, and you're killing it out here. I was watching your videos, man. You got some skills.
Thanks.
What are some obstacles that you're looking at right now? Like, is there any tricks that you're trying to practice right now? Anything that you're really struggling with, that you're really putting forth?
I'm just trying to get comfortable skateboarding switch,
Dang.
skating in the other stance, opposite stance of the stance I'm skating in.
Yeah, that's tricky. I mean, I remember growing up, there was a skateboarder called Kareem Campbell, and he was the greatest switch skater I've ever seen, and he was like killing it out there with everybody. So I've seen it. You know, you could do it. Just put in that work. You know what I mean? You got a strong pops out there. He's putting that footwork in. Do you like putting in the footwork with your pops?
Be truthful.
He's a hard worker. I see him out there doing the grind. You know, that's one of the hardest parts about becoming successful. And I know it's hard because you're young and you just want to knock it out and be a skater. You know, you got to practice all the time, but the grind is half of the talent. You know, like you really got to get out there and put in that footwork. It's half of the battle.
Yeah, that's you know, but it's he makes me better,
Right.
because the grind that he has for his skateboarding is astronomical. Like, this kid eats, breathes, sleeps skateboarding. Like, even when he's not actively skateboarding, what he entertains and participates is skateboarding, whether it's on a gaming system, whether it's on his phone. You know, he literally represents skate lifestyle, you know, 24/7. And the dedication, the focus, the commitment, the consistency, all these key qualities of becoming something great, he displays them, right? He's been displaying them even without Pops pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Pops was out there. You feel me? Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Pops was out there. I was in the streets, head totally somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And I had to go away for a while. But a setback became a major comeback, right? And so in that setback, in the transition, I made my transition while incarcerated, right? Because I'm a recovering alcoholic, right? I just celebrated June 10th, 7 years. 7 years sober.
Congratulations, OG, man. Congratulations.
7 years sober. And when my son was 7 years old, I was sitting inside a Tracy DVI state prison, you know, getting myself together and going through the 12-step process of getting sober, right? And my son, he faced hardships. Him and his mom went through some stuff. He experienced homeless. So he's experienced adversities. And I think that's gives him and installs in him more drive to be successful, having seen the different plights between his mom, between his father, you know what I'm saying? To really strive for success, right? Because he knows where he wants to go. He's not faltering, he's not distracted, he's tunnel vision into the direction and his pathway. And he discovered his gift. So, you know, this year was a special year that I made because, like I said, when he turned 7 years old, I was sitting in a prison cell. And now, this past June, we went to a shop that sells our sobriety coins and sobriety literature and stuff. And my son, he picked out whichever chip that he had liked, he picked it out and he replaced my 6-year chip with the 7-year chip. And I have it on my key ring on my keychain. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? And now here, 7 years later, you know, his dad is productive. His dad is in his life. You know, a good friend of mine said something to me one day in a conversation, and it clicked. You know, like when that light bulb go on. You know what I'm saying? And she had said, if you don't like the story, change the narrative.
Boom.
Right? Boom, a jewel was dropped, right? See, that's what happens when we attentive, and we spiritually awoke, you know what I'm saying? Your jewels is gonna come from all different angles, you know what I'm saying? But you just gotta be ready to pick them up and put them in your treasure chest. So at that moment, a jewel was dropped. It was dropped on me, right? And I picked it up, and I even used it recently. Me and my son, we went back to the junior high school where I went to junior high school at, right? But now the campus is a continuation school for at-risk students in Vallejo, right? Again, the community that I came out of, right? And so we went back to this school because I love my city. I love my city. I love my community because everything I got from that city. You know, good, bad, the ugly, everything. And I wouldn't change nothing because if I changed anything, I wouldn't be who I am today, right? And so the best thing that I can do in all the mayhem and stuff that I did in the streets for 25 years and polluted my community was a destruction piece in my community. The best thing I can do is a living amends. And a living amends is to give back to the community, same community that I polluted, right? And give back to them and show them a different way and show the youngsters that's willing to listen and willing to adhere to somebody that's already been down the road that they trying to go down and don't want to go down that road because it's a dark, dark world. You know what I'm saying? And many is not making it out. They're not making it out. You know what I mean? And so to be able to go back to my school, my junior high school, and be able to speak to the students, take my son to share an aspect of my life, of my history, of where his father came from, because in junior high school, that's where the transition started happening. That's where I started really changing and started acting out. You see what I'm saying? And so now to be able to go back to the school and share a message, right? Because I didn't like my childhood. I didn't like the story of my childhood. And don't get me wrong, I had good parents and they did the best that they knew how with, right? I can't change what's done already happened. I can't change what's already done transpired, right? All I can do is change the now going forward, right? Because I played that blame game all my life. I played the victim role, right? And all I did was victimize other people, right? Because I played the victim, right? And all it did was kept me drunk. You see what I'm saying? So when I started taking accountability and responsibility for my life, then my life started to change. Things started to happen differently, right? And so now I go back into this school and I speak to the school, and the message piece was, if you don't like the story, change the narrative, right? And as I'm talking to these students, I would come right back to that. If you don't like the story, and then they would say, change the narrative, right? So now I'm planting these seeds with them. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like what's going on, you have the power. You, even at a young age, you have the power and the ability to change the narrative to the storyline. You see what I'm saying? Because you the author to your story. You see what I'm saying? You hold the pen and you got the paper, right? And so you have the ability to write your story, how you see fit, you know, not how society defines you and not based on the experiences or your environment, because those things don't define you. You define who you are.
Man, some of that shit I needed to hear myself right now, man. I love that. That was right on point. you're building a young leader, you know, someone that's going to control his future, you know, and that's what the most important part is having control of your future. Because when you're lost, you get lost for a long time, and I've been down that road. You know what I mean?
I was lost for 25 years. 25 years. And this past 7 years have been the best years of my adult life. I can say by far. And I've experienced a lot. Don't get me wrong. I've experienced a lot, but this on a consistent basis, this past 7 years, even with the 20 months of incarceration, this past 7 years have been the best 7 years in my adult life. You know, the things that I've been able to experience, me and my son building a father-son, that's what I always wanted. I always wanted to have a father-son relationship because I know what it's like not having that. You know what I'm saying? And what I went through emotionally, psychologically, right? And so I knew that was my heart's desire to be able to have that with my son and be able to show my son something different than what I knew. You see what I'm saying? And what I experienced. But I didn't have the skill set. I didn't have the tools. So God knew what it was going to take for me to be able to have that with my son. I had to go away. I had to go away so God could have his time with me. He had my son taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Even though they went through their adversities or whatnot, he had my son in his hands. I just had to continue to focus on him and do what I need to do for me. Because if I ain't no good to myself, then I can't be good to my son. I can't be of any good to my son if I'm not, you know, together with myself. And the best example to lead by is by action rather than words. Because if you lead with your actions, your words is going to support your actions. And that's going to be the foundation, not your words. You feel me? Because words without actions, that's all they is just words.
And God really blessed you, man, with a blessing. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, you might have went through some hardships, but that blessing outmatches those hardships for real, man. You got an angel right here, man. These kids are the future. I'm telling you, my son's gonna make me a millionaire. I thought the hip hop was gonna make me a millionaire, but this kid, he's already selling NFTs and doing all the artwork. I want him to link up with your son. He's 14 years old. Oh, he just turned 15, but I keep thinking 14. He draws, you know what I mean? He need any artwork, he could do anything. He just drew a Kids Reactive logo with the skateboard on it for the show. I don't know if we could pull it up or not.
But yeah, he can link up with my son on his Instagram through his Instagram Sacjitt, SACJITT. He can patch in with my son through that. And shoot, because my son, he kind of shy and reserved, you know what I'm saying? Right. But my son, like, he travels. He travels all over the state of California. This kid done been to Europe. You know, he went to Europe at the age of 12 years old, and that wasn't even his first trip to Europe. That's now his second trip to Europe. You see what I'm saying? So he's got a wide visual, you know. He sees past what his front door shows him, right? He looks outside of his inner city. Like his instincts within him is like, my city, my environment is not gonna hold me back. You know what I'm saying? I'm bigger than this. It's more to me than just right here on my doorstep, in my front porch, in my neighborhood. It's a big world out there. And he's experiencing it at a young age. And I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people done gave me flack about letting my son go way to Europe. You know what I'm saying? I said, it's not your journey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to have that on my conscience that I held my son back from being his absolute best. You know what I'm saying? Of experiencing all that God has for him to experience, right?
Right.
And my son got like 8, 9 sponsors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his team, he got 2 teams that he skate for, PLA skate, and he skates also for pizza skateboards, right? And so these group of guys, you know what I'm saying? They love my son. They love my son, and they love even more that his father is, right there. You know what I'm saying? And they know that I've been through it, and I'm not with the games. I'm not with the foolery or
Right.
whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? And y'all take care of him like you would your own child. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And they respect that, and they love that. I believe in the it takes a village. It takes a village, and he's got a village surrounding him. You know, we went to Santa Cruz. Well, first we went to San Francisco. We went to San Francisco Mother's Day weekend, and my son, he took first place. He won his first place competition, right?
Yeah.
And so after that, his boys, he got a group of guys that he hangs with called Tragic Skate Crew. And so Tragic Skate Crew, myself, and like 3 other dads, 4, it ended up being 4 of us, 4 dads, we went down to Santa Cruz, and after we left San Francisco, and we hung out down in Santa Cruz from Saturday till Monday, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Fathers and sons. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. I was so blessed by that to be able to. It's like I'm living what my mom did for me when I was a kid and had me in sports, and we would travel and we would stay at hotels, and then we would go to like places like Santa Cruz, but we would go to like we would be in San Diego, go to San Diego Zoo, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So basically, it's like my life all over again. And what I experienced, that's why I say I didn't have, it was stuff in my childhood, but at the same time, I did have good parents. You see what I'm saying? And so I get to see life all over again and seeing what my mom did for me and my siblings. I get to now see with me and my son, and I get to be in the role of my mom, whereas now he gets his father. He gets to have his father, on the road with him, going to competitions with him, rooting for him. And don't get me wrong, his mom is there. You know what I'm saying? His mom is very supportive to everything that he does. She plays a key, very important part, right? But like she told me, she said, I had him when he was a baby. I had him in his younger years. He a teenager now. This y'all time. This y'all time, you know what I'm saying? And she supports that, and she allows us, you know what I'm saying? Because a man shows a boy how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lady shows a young girl how to be a lady. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, we co-parent, and I'm blessed that we have come to a point in our lives that we are able to co-parent. You know what I'm saying? In a healthy manner.
Yeah, that's good for his mental health, for everyone's mental health. Everyone getting along. You know what I mean? That's the best way. That's the only way to move forward. Positivity. What's up with your grades, youngster? You got good grades?
Yeah.
You keeping the grades up?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
oh yeah, we not doing no dummy skateboarders.
and I was about to say, if you could prove to me some good grades and whatnot, you got yourself another sponsorship from West Coast Reactive. You know what I mean? I'll make sure you get some fresh clothing. You know what I mean? A nice little package coming in every now and then. I'll do the best I could do. I'll donate to your causes. I'm a good person when it comes to people showing me good grades and keeping up with their education and just staying forward. Just staying positive, staying away from bad folks that are trying to guide you the wrong way.
He, like I said, he's he's keen. He's keen. He's observative, and he sit back and he watched. Like he had a friend that just came back to visit from. He had moved out of state, and we met up at the skate park, and I was putting flyers up or whatnot. And I'm at a distance, but I'm watching my son, and I'm watching how my son is, conducting himself, and it's a group of teenagers or whatnot, and my son is kind of like distancing himself, right? And then when we get in the car, I was like, son, I was like, he changed, huh? And he was like, yeah, Dad. And I was like, not for a good though, huh? And he was like, yeah, Dad. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. You feel me? I like that he, he watching and he observing the company that he keep. You know what I'm saying? But he's very observative, and he just don't, latch on to or run with just anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna check you out first. He gonna check you out and see what you about. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't cool, he gonna keep his distance. You know what I'm saying?
He's got his pop soul, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
what are some of the challenges you're I mean, you said you're doing switch skateboarding. Have you ever hurt yourself or anything like that? You ever break home yet?
No. Only real thing that happened to me was I dislocated my thumb, but that was really it.
All right, so you're landing on them bolts. You're riding away then most of the time. Yeah, knock out wood. I'm just saying. That's like the only thing I worry about is like, man, these kids getting on these damn boards, and you know what I mean. That's it. You know what I mean? Like just stay focused and land them tricks.
That part. Just he blessed. He blessed that he ain't broke no bones yet. He got some bruises. He got some scrapes. But no, we ain't had to go to hospital for no broken bones. I remember we was in Tampa Bay, Florida last year for the competition, and man, this kid had hit a trick. He hit a trick on the rail, right? Riding the rail, and when he came off of it, man, he hit his head and when he hit, like I could feel it in me. You know how hard he had hit, and I was like, oh my God, right? And the first thing he did was he had grabbed his head, and I was like, man, I was like, you all right? You all right? And then he was like, yeah, I'm all right. I mean, he felt it, and he got one of them ooh-wee lumps, you know what I'm saying, on his head. But I was like scared. I was scared for him to go to sleep because I didn't know if he might have got a concussion. You know what I'm saying? But,
that's the only thing I hate about that street skating, man. These kids think they're so damn cool they can't put on a damn helmet. You know what I mean? Like I'm a street skater. I don't need a helmet. I don't need pads. I don't need nothing. I'm a ride or die.
That's him all day long. My parents, when they used to take him to the skate park around the corner and put the helmet on him. That kid ain't keeping that helmet on. Me
neither, man.
He taking that helmet off. Like he is not with the helmet. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that pavement is not gonna give. We gonna give before that payment give.
Right, man. And then once you break a bone, too, that's what I'm saying. Like once you break a bone, you don't get the bone back. It stays fucked up. I mean, excuse my language, it stays messed up for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
And as you get older, they definitely don't heal. They definitely don't heal the same.
You have a fan on you for 5 minutes, you start cramping up. Yes, but how'd you get the name Sacjitt? Because I know you Marcus Attwood, and it's at Team Attwood all day. But where'd you get Sacjitt?
I was changing my name a lot on Instagram, and then one of my friends that films, he told me to change it to Sacjitt, and it kind of just stuck.
I know, but where'd you get the jit?
He gave it to me.
That's some slang, man. I'm trying to figure it out. I know the Sac is Sacktown.
Jit, that's slang down in Miami, Florida.
What does it stand for?
Like bad little kid.
So I just put it. We just put out a cartoon called Traviesos, and that means the same thing in Spanish. Little bad kids.
Mhm.
You guys should go check it out. It's pretty funny.
So,
But I could talk about your talent all day. Can I show a little video clip of you skating real quick?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We got Sacjitt in the mix right here with his pops. Marcus Attwood, senior. This is the junior. We are going to show a little clip of him skating real quick. And then after, I want to know where you were and what you were planning on doing right there. What was that right there?
Switch kickflip.
Was that first try?
It was like third try.
Man, you be catching these tricks. I'm going to knock out another one real quick, man. That was a little quick clip. So you're just the best at all the skate parks, huh?
No, I got some friends that are as good as me.
Really, kid? That's like some fearless. That's like some grown stuff right there. I mean, how long does it take you to get these tricks down?
That one took a while. That one took like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe.
That's not a long time. 30 minutes to an hour is like, that's like me in the music studio. Like people, I always tell people, you can't see me in the music studio. I could make a song, 3 songs in a day. I mean, this right here is insane, dude.
To a skateboard is pretty long because you're going back and forth and you gotta keep trying.
I know, but usually, I'm telling you, some kids be coming back the next day and trying again. You're doing it one day. That's prodigy. That's something like a God-given talent. I can't explain it to the people tuning in right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of people need to practice religiously to get these type of things down, and he gets it down within the hour. He's being humble right now. He's being humble. This isn't an easy task. You know what I mean? He was born to do this thing. You know what I mean? I'm going to get into one more clip. I'm going to play that one more time. That went real fast. Look at this kid. Boom! All right, what was that trick right there?
Big spin front board, a street handrail.
How many staircases was that?
Maybe 6.
So you're not afraid of anything really, huh? You're just going for it. You don't even think about the fear before the trick?
No, I do. I knock on my board every time before I try a scary trick.
So you knock on your board before every scary trick. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I want my son to upload your IG real quick so I can show off this. So the movement, the evolution. What are we doing? What's next for the movement?
well, right now, we're working on the fundraiser, and like today definitely was a challenging day. So the fundraiser was supposed to be August 20th, but Parks and Recreations contacted me today because I had put some flyers up in the park. Yep, that flyer right there.
Sorry to cut you off, youngster, but I'm sure
I had put that flyer up right there in the park where we gonna have the fundraiser at. And so long story short, the permit was filled out wrong. The permit was filled out wrong, and basically the permit was for a birthday, and it's not a birthday, it's a public event. That's how Parks and Recreations look at it. They look at it because it's a fundraiser. So it's a whole different process. So basically, like, I'm on the phone with this lady and I'm like losing my hint. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, August 20th to me ain't that far away. You know what I'm saying? And we've been working on this for a few months now, you know, putting it together because we don't have no budget. You feel me? Like we started this clothing line with no budget. You know, we jumped off the porch with it. I wanted to start a clothing line with my son to promote his skateboarding, you know, and I took a leap of faith. And it's circulating. It's circulating. It slowed down. We in the summer, you know what I'm saying? It slowed down, but it's still moving. So anyway, going back to the fundraiser, so now we gotta do another application. We gotta do another application, and then we gotta pick a new date. So the August 20th date now is going to be moved possibly to hopefully the earliest part of September, like maybe the weekend after Labor Day weekend, because you know Labor Day weekend people be having a lot going on, going here, going there. So I really don't want to try to do it that weekend. So hopefully the 3 barbecue areas that we have to have the permit for, hopefully we can get September 10th, right? And so then we gotta get the application redone, which I'm already started working on that tonight. She sent me the link. Get that done. Get the date, and then we got to get a certificate. We got to get a certificate of security of, I forget how it's CIF or something like that is called, right? It's basically an insurance policy. It's an insurance for us to protect us if something happens up there, right? So we got to get that certificate, right? And then we got to have a security guard. She said we got to have a security guard because it's a public event, right? But we got people. Hopefully we don't have to go with their security guard, and that we can go with one of our own that's certified security as well. But hopefully we can go with our own, and that way we have a better rate than possibly having to go with one that they recommend, right? So those are the obstacles right now in front of us to far as getting this fundraiser and doing this fundraiser, and the fundraiser to raise money to send him back to Tampa Bay, Florida for the Tampa Am competition. So
it's a nonstop grind, right?
Man, you know, anything worth doing, you're going to go through some stuff. Because, you know, we didn't face setbacks with this. We like right here on our business card, right? We got that's his logo.
Oh, okay.
Right? We went through obstacles to get the graphic design done, right?
Well, now you got the main plug right here, man. Anything you ever need, just holla at me, man. My son's the artiste.
Okay, it's good to have options. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But again, like I said, we've faced adversities. We done faced.
Oh, we got a caller. We got a caller, y'all.
Okay.
Yo, Kenneth, you're live.
Yo, what's up?
Big Ken Dog, what up? You want to talk to the young man?
Yeah, I wanted to know what skate park are you a local at?
Maior Skate Park,
Where's that at?
Sacramento, or Rancho Cordova in Sacramento.
Oh, that's Sacramento. Yeah, I used to skate in LA, so I usually go like NoHo, Stoner, Pedlo, all that.
Oh yeah, I know those parks.
We got a host.
Yeah, man, you're so good at skating. Like, skateboarding has to be like the cleanest thing you have to be good at, right? And you're just so like technical, and it's just crazy how good you are, man.
Thanks.
He's right, man.
Keep it up, dude. And
We should host a skate event, huh, Ken Dog? We should get a little meet and greet with him down here in Los Angeles sometime. Have his pops come down here and we'll
Yeah, maybe you could bring some of your filmers, bring some pizza or something. You know, have a good time.
We'll have
Yeah,
all
that'd
kinds
be
of
cool.
pizza.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and my wife, she does paperwork. So like instead of getting that headache on pops, you know what I mean? Have my wife run the paperwork past all these parks and get a little skate park tour down here. You know, maybe we could perform on bust a couple flows, get it going, you know?
Yeah, we'd love to network and come down there to the LA area and do something like that. You know, it's all about networking. You know what I'm saying? And like the guy on the phone on the line was naming off different skate parks, and he knows about them. He knows about them skate parks. He skated in some of them skate parks because, you know, like he's all over. This kid is always like, tomorrow he's going out to Milpitas in the Bay Area to go film and go. He's going out there with a YouTuber and a YouTube filmer, and it's some big event that they doing out there in Milpitas. He's going to it. The guy's coming in the morning to pick him up and whatnot. Like 2 weeks ago, he was in Redden. Memorial weekend, he was in LA. Like he's always on the go. He's always going somewhere, and that's why I say he has a wide visual. It's not small. You know what I'm saying?
Am I allowed to ask what YouTuber?
Yeah, go ahead, Ken. Man, I forgot you're even on the line. So keep going, Ken. What you got? What else you got to ask?
Am I allowed to ask what YouTuber you're going to be meeting with?
I'm Jubert. That's his YouTube.
Oh, all right. See, I don't know who that is. I thought it'd be like NK or like John Hill or something like that. I don't know.
And we're meeting up with Braille Skateboarding.
Oh, that's cool. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you're doing big things. What is it like when you walk into these type of situations and you're usually going over there with older cats that are already been grinding in the game? Do you feel mentally prepared? Do you feel nervous? How are you? How do you feel when you're going to these events?
Just feel normal, just like I'm going on a normal skate session.
Man, you're a warrior. This kid has no fear in his heart.
That's what I love about him, right? Like my son is the type of kid that if you're doing something that he doesn't know how or he hasn't done it yet, he's going to learn it, and he's not going to stop until he learns it, right? And then he's going to do it to a point where he does it better than you, right? So he doesn't mind skateboarding against pro skaters. He doesn't shy away from it. He doesn't get intimidated by their status or their stature, because in his mind, I can do that what you doing. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna learn it, and then I got it, and I got you. You know what I'm saying? And that's his mentality. I
have one thing to say before I go.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken Dog.
Well, before I go, I just want to say there's a lot of stuff into skating like that you should do. Like you should do a lot of like exercising. Because I know if you get injured, that could be the end of your career, bro. Like you really need to set like a foundation of like just like having hobbies that can help you get your mind off of it. Just take a break, or like just exercise, like flex out your body every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Just so if you get injured, it's not going to be the end of your career, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, and that merch game.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for answering my call.
Yeah, we love you, Big Ken Dog. Your pops is on the right path with that merch game, because merchandising is the #1 key, especially being your age. You know what I mean? Like these kids out here will support you, and they'll be like, "Mom, Dad, I need a couple bucks to support the homie." That's what they have to do. That's what they want to do. You know what I mean? That's support your friend. You know what I mean? He's coming up. You know, most kids don't even have goals or dreams. For you to have a dream right now is a big thing, because I even hear it in the music, like the hip hop, these kids are out here doing bad things in their music. I'm like, man, I thought I was a bad kid when I was little, but these kids are worse. And it's weird because it's supposed to be like, even your pops, he comes from a harder time. They say the 90s and the 80s were rough, but it seems like these times are just as bad. You know what I mean? It's like
worse,
like 10 times
worse.
And it's,
it's funny that you hit on that about the merch, right? Because when we were starting this, like I took my son I took my son, down to the location where we print all our merchandise up. Shout out to MMT Clothing 707. That's my little cousin. He prints up and manufactures all our clothing and our designs, right? Oh. And so I took my son down there, and I put him on the computer, you know what I'm saying? And like we was picking out like different little logo pieces like this right here, right? And I was, pick it out, son, pick out which one you want, right? And I was explaining to him like, son, look, this is what you doing now. You paving the road for this, right? Because no matter how your career goes, you building your name, you building your brand. And when you are able to take this and do whatever you want, you can be your own boss. You take Team Attwood Skateboard and be your own boss. Whether you want to open up a skate shop, whether you want to open up a training to teach other kids or whatnot how to skate and stuff, you can do so many different fractions with this, right? This is basically your nest egg. So you building into your future by starting at a young age with your own merch, your own merchandise. You're not depending on somebody else for your future. You're going to have something where you can fall back on and say, look, this is what I want to do with this. I want to take this and do this like this and whatnot. Because now you got your name. Your name is really carved. You really carved and blazed your trail. So now you take Team Attwood and really launch.
And the skateboards are made of wood, and you got Attwood skateboards. You know what I mean? You could create your own deck and really push that deck to the 100th degree, because you got, I want an Attwood board. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Like, you got the name already. It's a brand. So run with it, man. Just like Mayweather. Same thing.
Same exact thing. It's funny because I was listening to when TY was on your podcast, right? Okay. And he was talking about his merch, and he was talking about how I wanted to hit him from the back, and I wanted to hit him from the front, right? That's the same concept that we came with this. See, they the pioneers. TY, E40, you know what I'm saying? Dope Era. These is the pioneers that I seen out of my area, out of my section, out of Vallejo, right? So I sat back and I soaked up, even though when I was out there running wild and doing what I was doing, still I was soaking it up because I was around greats. I was around real pioneers. I was around real trendsetters. You see what I'm saying? And so I couldn't help but soak up what was being showed, what was being displayed. So when we came with the clothing line, I was like, man, I want it on the front and the back. You know what I'm saying? And like on the back of our hoodies, I don't know if you can see on the computer, but it has a picture. Hold on.
I can see a little bit.
Hold on. Like on the back of the hoodies, it has, see the picture of him?
Oh, that's legit. There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no matter what.
And so people see that, and then on this design, it's coming down the hood, Team Attwood Skateboarding, the initials.
I love that.
Right? And then on the side of the hood, it's got his logo.
Oh, you got it everywhere.
Right there. You feel me? And so it's just a different design. It's a different design from this layout. You see what I'm saying? And then it's going down the sleeve.
Man, that's hard.
You see?
That's hard.
And then the front of it, the chest got the initial right there.
Yee.
You see what I'm saying?
Man, you Bay Area cats are so inventive, man. I'm telling you.
Man, creativity, you know what I'm saying? So because if you just got something on the front, then the people behind you, you missing them.
Right.
You're missing the people that's walking up to you from behind. Because a lot of the times, like I was down at the court building today, right? and I was going in there to get some paperwork, right? And I had a T-shirt on, an Ace Hardware T-shirt, and my back was to the deputy, to the sheriff, right? And he read the back, and it said, "No one gets hurt today," right? And so as I'm getting ready to walk away, he's like, "What's the front say?" Right? Because he already caught by the back, right? And that's in big letters, "No one gets hurt today." And on the front was in small print about this big. That's all on the front of the T-shirt. And it just said Ace Hardware.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Promo.
So it's that same thing what TY talked about. That front and that back side. You know what I'm saying? So you get people both ways.
Check this. I was at Spice One's house the other day. He's from Oakland, right?
I already know.
He has this Oakland Warrior jersey on. It's like an Oakland Warrior jersey, but it says Thug World on the front, and then it says Spice One on the back. But when you flip it inside out, it's the same. It's the same thing. So you could literally take your shirt off, throw it on the floor, and you're gonna still see that logo. You know what I mean? Like, he's a genius.
Yeah.
And it's reversible, and the shorts are the same way. So it's like a basketball jersey with the basketball shorts, Oakland Warrior, but it was his own brand.
Creativity, man. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and people that's ahead of me in the game, I sponge off of them. Like I call TY and you know what I mean, run stuff by him, chop it up with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he a real solid dude, man. Real solid dude. And so I just, get my pointers and my insight. And sometimes I get down, you know what I mean? And like he'll be like, "Man, bro, don't stop. Don't stop. Whatever you do, don't stop. Keep grinding." He's like, "Man, you working, man. It's work. This don't come easy." You know what I'm saying?
Never.
He's like, "Man, keep grinding. Keep grinding." I got a friend here right now that's on the committee as far as the fundraiser, and I was talking to her because I kind of went into a depression, right? And I was ready. I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to tap out, right? And she was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna accept that. We're not gonna accept that." You know what I'm saying? But I was in my head. And caught up in my head. And it's funny how God works, because I went to an AM/PM, right? And this AM/PM, they mess with Team Attwood Skateboard. They done bought our merch. You know what I'm saying? They talking to the owners about donating cases of water and whatnot, right? They rock with us, right? And so the clerk at the desk, he said, "Hey, man, I seen that flyer in the back on the table." And he said, "Man, is that kid friendly too?" And I was like, "Yeah." But I was stuck. Like, I was like, "Yeah, it is," right? And he was like, "Man," "I'm gonna bring my kid out to that," right? And he was like, "Man, we gonna donate some money too. You know what I'm saying? We gonna give some money to it, right?" And I'm just looking up at the roof like, that ain't nothing but God. That ain't nothing but God. Because I hadn't even had the conversation with my friend, but that was just, I hadn't got a chance to share that experience with her, but I knew it was nothing but God saying, I didn't bring you this far to tap out. I didn't bring you this far to drop you in a puddle. You're going to go through some adversities. You're going to go through some challenges. You know what I'm saying? But it's not what you acquire, it's who you become. Going through the process, because it's the journey, not the destination, right? So, yeah, it's, I'm thankful. I'm grateful to everybody who's been supporting us. Shout out to my son Barber, Curtis Lewis, Kurt Dreams. He gonna tap in with you.
There it is.
He in the music game. He doing his own music and whatnot, and he come from that same soil. He come out that 707, and I'm gonna let him holler at you, but he gonna inbox you just like how I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, man, I'm open for anybody. You know what I mean? Like I told TY, man, it's all about spreading love and showing love for people with dreams and goals, especially for the youth. You know what I mean? Like you said, you touched on that subject earlier. 13, 14 is a critical time for us. And
here's the thing about us, right? So it started with skateboarding, right? On the back of our cars, it say team, and it's an acronym. Together, elevating all members. That's what it's about, right? So what that looks like is whoever buys our merchandise, you now become a part of Team Attwood Skateboarding. So like if you buy merchandise, but you got a kid that's into ballet, cheerleading, whatever, music, whatever it is that they passionate about, that they really into, right? We support that. So we gonna suit up and show up to their events. Because that's what Team Attwood Skateboarding is about. It started with skateboarding, but it's a bigger concept, right? And it's giving these kids, these youth, support. That's so important, is support. To look in the stands and see, man, they here for me. They support me. You know what I'm saying? That's so huge for kids, because I know what it feels like to look in the stands and don't see nobody.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like. You know what I mean? And I know what it's like to see somebody there and how you feel and what you know what I'm saying? So that's the movement that we own. We really want to reach the young generation, the kids, and be able to steer them from going down that path, from going down that avenue, you know, because one choice, one decision can alter your life for the rest of your life.
Marcus, we need 100 more of you in this world. We need 100 more of you, and then we need 100 more talented kids and focused kids like your son, man. You guys really are a great father-son duo, man. We need more of you guys out here.
But guess what?
I thought I was out here alone, just like struggling with my son and shit, man. We got a lot of you out here now.
But guess what? See, this is the thing. All we got to do is suit up and show up. God gonna put the people in the pathway. God, just like I was in Vallejo Friday night, getting ready to go hang out, right? And I seen TY live notification was on, right? And I went and punched on it, right? And I didn't budge. I didn't go take my shower or nothing. I didn't budge. I sat there and absorbed the whole live. You know what I'm saying?
That's
right? And then boom. And then, you know, he gave a shout out to us, to my son skateboarding or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And then you put it out there like, yeah, anybody can come on our podcast, whoopty whoop. And then boom. I took the battalion from there and jumped into your inbox. You know what I'm saying? And here we are, because that's what it's about. It's about networking. Too many of us, you know what I'm saying, we want to get our little bit and like, oh, I'm not going to help you out. You know what I'm saying? I got this over here. I got my little part. I'm not going to help you out. No, all you doing is blocking your blessings. All you doing is cutting off your blessings. You know what I'm saying? It's better to give than to receive, right? And so that's why I believe in networking, you know, and I want to link up with y'all down there in LA and come out there, you know what I'm saying? Because my son, he loves to skateboard in LA. Any opportunity he can get to hit that I-5 South and hit that grapevine, yeah, he with it, you know. And he got a friend, two of his best friends, they getting ready to move to San Diego.
Hey, that's my hometown right there, man. I'm from SD.
Yeah, they getting ready to move to Diego and whatnot. And so they pops is real supportive with they skateboarding and whatnot. And like I said, man, if we can choreograph something and put something together, man, you know, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the kids.
Yeah, I know they got a dope ass skate park on Paula Indian Reservation, because I come from an Indian reservation in San Diego, and I know they got a big skate park over there. Maybe we could set something up right there for them.
And what's crazy, right? Because you mentioned Spice One, right? I'm gonna go in my Google Photos and I'm gonna send you a picture. I got a picture with me, D-Shot, and Spice One. Spice One had a show out here in Sac, and I had went up there. D-Shot is my in-law. He's married to my sister, which, you know, Shot is 40's wife. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around a lot of gang. I've been around a lot of game, you know what I mean? And now we executing. We executing.
Yeah, man, we got to continue doing this. Like I said, OG, anything that you need from my side, we got you. You know what I mean? I believe in the youth, and your son is the truth. That kid can skate like nobody's business. He's going to be the biggest skateboarder in the world one day. And mark my words when I say that. I'm gonna still be doing this hip hop thing for another good 10 years. So come knock on my door and remind me I said that. You're gonna be the biggest skateboarder in the world one day, because that's a fearless, those grinds, the pop, the catch from everything you do is perfection. I know perfection. I'm a perfectionist. So just stay doing it. Don't ever stop. Just like UI said, don't ever stop. Don't quit, my boy. Please don't ever quit. Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let no one misguide you. Listen to your pops. He's got a good head on his shoulders. You know what I mean? You might be having a bad day and not want to listen to nobody, but listen to him. You know what I mean? Because he's got the right track for you. Stay on that.
Man, he's gifted, no doubt. Everybody that watches him, they're like, man, he is so gifted on that board. Like, he's natural with it, even when he falls. Like he falls gracefully. You know what I'm saying?
I want to break a bone. Man, I was falling hard. I did a little board slide, broke my wrist. I did a little grind, broke my ankle. I guess I just break bones easy. I don't know what. I just break these kids. My kids were like, the board. Leave it to the professionals. But I don't know. Keep that up, man. Don't ever stop. What are some of your influences?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, who's influencing you right now?
My pro skater, like my favorite pro skater, Robert Neal.
Robert Neal, who is he skating for right now?
Primitive.
Have you got to skate with them?
Yeah, I met him when I was in Europe.
Oh, what was that like for you going to Europe for your first time? Second time.
It was cool because when I was going, it was a 5-day contest, and I went with the team I skate for, Pizza Skateboards, and it was a big event where like every single pro skater goes, and it was crazy just seeing all the pro skaters there.
Did they sign autographs for you?
Yeah, I got a board in my room at my mom's house with all their signatures on it.
Man, those are some priceless. Keep that, man. Don't ever lose it. Keep those priceless moments. I got so many autographs in my studio right here. Maybe if you guys come out here to LA, I'll give you a little tour of the studio. I'll probably get you to say something on a track or something.
That's right.
If you guys need an anthem or something for Attwood skateboarding, I can make you a song. You know what I mean? You need a little jingle, something like that. Let's get it in.
Yes, sir.
But I appreciate you. Any shout outs you want to give tonight?
Shout out to my sponsors, Pizza Skateboards, PLA Skate Shop, Tragic Skate Crew, and Team Attwood.
Team Attwood all day, man. What about you, Pops?
Oh man. First and foremost, shout out to TY. But even before that, shout out to God. Shout out to God, because God has made this all possible. Everything that's happened, everything that's unfolded, without him, there is no Team Attwood. There is no Team Attwood skateboarding. There is no father and son. God has brought everything together, and through following the pathway that he showed me and laid out to me, everything is unfolded just the way he intended it to. He didn't say it was going to be easy, you know what I'm saying? But he said it'd be worthwhile, you know what I mean? So shout out to TY Entertainment. Shout out to my boy, Kurt Lewis. Shout out to all the small businesses that's helping us, from Primitive Insurance, Tax Service, to Bushio's Auto Body, to Exo Lounge, my boy Omar over there at the Exo Lounge. Big shout out to him. MMT Clothing 707, shout out to them. Like, it's so many that's behind this, My friend is sitting over here in the corner,
It's a team, right?
the silent voice, but inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Inspiration to give me. You know, we had good days, we have bad days, and I thank God for the people that's consistent, that's consistently a part. You know, not just in the good times, but even when the down times. You know what I'm saying? To give that push, to give that nudge, to give that shove. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to my parents. My parents is a big support of this movement,
That's
behind this cause, bringing family on board to support this. My sister Marquita. It's so many people that's really stood up and standing out to support this cause. Shout out OG Ned Hillside. You know what I'm saying? That's one of E40's real partners from the soil, from the mud. You know what I'm saying? And he took me under his wing like a little brother and really showed me unconditional love. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
a blessing.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, and I'm truly thankful. Shout out to Televistar Indrius. Is that how you say his name? Indra. Yeah, Indra. You know, he's a designer over in Indonesia.
Wow.
This kid done got merch sent to him from Indonesia.
You know what I mean?
Hey, man.
God is good, ain't he? I said, God is so good.
Ain't it? You know, and he got a chance to meet him. He loves dude's pants. And he got a chance to meet him while we was in Florida last year. And he loves Lil Marcus, loves him, you know, and he pulled me to the side and was like, man, you know what? He's like, man, you an all-star, man. You an all-star father, man. He's like, man, I love what you're doing with your son. I love how you showing up and you really being there in your son's life. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he loved Lil Marcus, and he sent him like 3 pair of pants.
That's right.
You know, and the pants cost $100 a pop.
From Indonesia, man. They ain't got this in the States.
You know
what I mean? You rocking that international fashion.
Yeah. Shout out to Nike Skateboard. You know, that's one of his sponsors. Mike Sinclair over there at Nike Skateboard. This boy, he get a box from Nike, and it's like 6-7 pairs of Nike shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Can't beat that, man. You know what I mean? You got to where everyone's trying to be already. You know what I mean?
And he Pops didn't do that. He did that.
It's talent.
He did that on his own, consistently, dedication, commitment, focus, networking with the right people, and the right people came. You know what I'm saying? So that's of his doing, and I just follow the path that he blazing.
Ooh, I want to touch on this real quick. How did you guys come about that Thrasher magazine situation?
The photos in the magazine are from when I went to Europe with Pizza Skateboards.
Okay.
And they surprised me with it. I didn't even know I was gonna be in the magazine. I was in Tampa, and one of my friends from SAC put it in their story, and I was like, "Is this in Thrasher magazine?" He was like, "Yeah," and it was just a surprise. And I was in Tampa, Florida.
That is so huge. I mean, that was around before you were born. Do you realize that's a legendary magazine? Do you read Thrasher? Are you into it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He got a video out on YouTube with Thrasher magazine that they filmed while he was in Europe.
You guys, this is the article you could find on Little Marcus Attwood Jr. He's killing the game. He made Thrasher mag. This is the cover right here of the magazine. If you guys want to get it, did they give you guys bulk copies? You guys got like a box or something with the pad?
Nah, we didn't even get that. We hit the local spots and grab what we could, but we got one that my mom keep here that's in the plastic, and that, you know, we ain't breaking the seal on the plastic. It's a keepsake. It's an heirloom now. you know.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm gonna try to hunt that down so when you're in Los Angeles, I could get that autograph because I'm an autograph collector.
That's the January issue, January of 2022.
All right, y'all. January 2022, Thrasher magazine.
Yeah, came out in January this year because we was in in Tampa in November 2021, and that came out January of 2022.
I'll put this up real fast one more time for you guys. If you guys see this cover of this magazine, the young man's got himself an article inside of the Thrasher magazine at 13 years old. 13-year-old prodigy, upcoming professional skateboarder. Hey, man, shout out to Pizza Skateboards. They're the ones that put you on right there, man.
Hey, and look, in that Thrasher magazine, right? Look who he next to. The page that's next to his page, it's an article, right? Look who the article is on. Big Daddy Kane. So he next to a legend.
That's the new generation with the old generation.
Boom.
Of greatness. And it's an honor to have you. Thank you for coming on my platform today and expressing your or showcasing your talent. And thank you for introducing your pops to me because now we're gonna build a relationship for a lifetime. You know what I mean? I plan on going a long distance in this. I have longevity already, so I don't think I'm gonna stop anytime soon. And
right.
Yeah. And shout out to my mom too.
Yeah, shout out to your mom, man. Shout out to the queen and the king because that's what created you. You know, you're a blessing. You're really like, I don't know how to explain, like an angel on earth. You're gonna do great things for your pops. You know what I mean? You're erasing all the negative footsteps he ever walked, and you're making him walk a brighter path, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like that blows me away. That just you could do that with your entity, and thank you. I want to thank you so much for changing lives out here. For real, thank you.
Man, we appreciate it, man. It's a blessing, man. Everything that comes our way, that even in the bad that comes our way, the bad is used just like the good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a reason for it. It's a reason for it. That's why they say a blessing comes with a lesson. You know what I'm saying? And so we take the good just like we take the bad, and we keep rolling. You know, we in this for the long haul. You know, it's like Nipsey Hussle, right? A race is not, we not in this for the 100-yard dash. We in it for the marathon. You know, like
the marathon continues.
Like the name of his clothing store, Marathon. Like that's what our perspective of this is we running a marathon race. You know what I'm saying? Which is long distance, which is longevity. That's our perspective. That's our goal. We're not here for a short-term blow up, you know what I'm saying, and fade out. We trying to really make an impact with this.
And you're at that right age. You know what I mean? You're that 13-year-old skateboarder that showed up and killed everybody that was there at the park. You know what I mean? That you're breaking egos out here. And that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? You got to break down the egos of your competition to win, like a game of chess. And you're winning. You know what I mean? When you're 15, 16, 17, 18, no one's going to be able to see you. You know what I mean? And then you could educate the youth below you to become just as great as yourself. And that's what it's all about. You're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of the game. And there ain't nothing but winning from that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I like to keep a circle of winners around me over here at West Coast Reactive. So thank you so much. Team Attwood all day. WestCoastReactive.com. Anyone want to call in real quick? We got a couple more minutes before we wrap it up. We got the youngster on the line. I'm raffling off a pair of Sucker Duckers today, and I got some Spice One autographs. Whoever wants the first caller in, and that was my son actually, so he can't win. He already gets one of those. But anyone else wants to call in and give the young man a couple words of inspiration, we'll be sending out that Spice One autograph to you. Yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys, man. I know you guys gave some shout outs. Any last words of wisdom you want to give on the air before we call it a quit?
Hey, never give up on your dream. If you can't take nothing away from this, and and your only competition is yourself. That's who your competition is with. It's not with anybody else. Like Team Attwood skateboarding, we got our own lane. God gave us a lane, right? Gave us a lane to run our marathon in. And that's the lane we in. So we're not looking at what this is doing over here or what this is doing over there. We focus at what we doing. We focus at what we got going on and what we trying to achieve, right? And that's our focus. You know what I'm saying? To each day be better than what we was yesterday. That's why he always in the skate parks. That's why he always always skateboarding. That's why he always filming. That's why he always looking at footage. Everything he doing is skateboard affiliated because he's looking, when he steps on that board, he's looking to be better than what he was yesterday. It's a nonstop improvement. And that's what we looking to be as a whole unit together to steadily strive to improve, to grow, and to prosper.
Yeah, most definitely. And do you keep skateboarders around you just as good as you? Like, how many skaters do you really normally rock with when you go to the skate park?
Like 4, 5.
And do they keep you competitive? Do they keep you up to date, or are they kind of? Does anyone ever hold you back? You ever feel like, man, I just need to go do it myself?
No, not really.
So it's always a good competitive feeling out there on the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Inspiring each other. You know, sometimes you got those people that want to discourage you, man, and don't let them do it. You know, like just keep pushing. If anything, inspire them.
That's what I love about their circle, about their brotherhood that they got with Tragic Skate Crew. Like they push each other. They push each other to be better, to do better. You know what I'm saying? And they support each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing. And it's funny because while we was in Santa Cruz, it was a question that was asked, like, how did they come about, right? And the other father had spoke and said, little Marcus, because none of the kids knew each other, right? But they formed through this common denominator right here. So they was drawn to him, his energy, his vibrations, right? And so the brotherhood, it came together. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they skate crew formed.
I'm telling you, this kid's a prodigy, man. Just hearing stuff like that, just the energy alone, you know what I mean? That's where it comes from, is the energy. There's a higher power above us. The universe will always bring everything together full circle. You know, like TY brought us together. You know, that's a major force in the game. And, you know, I've been looking up to TY Entertainment with this merchandising for like 10 plus years. You know what I mean? Like watching his blueprint, you know what I mean? And it's a blessing to have somebody come on from my platform through him. So
that's it, man. That brother right there, man, is a genuine dude, man. Like, and he been against it. He been against it and stood up under it. You know, nothing that he speak about is fictitious. It's all solid from the bottom of the feet to the top of his head, to the core of his heart. You know what I'm saying? And I love that, you know what I'm saying, that we both came from the same soil and we met in Sacramento. We met in Sacramento through, though we both was from Vallejo, you know what I'm saying, we met and he knew my family and stuff or whatnot, but we hadn't met till we met. You see what I'm saying? Till God intended for us to meet. And we met through a common person, and that person ain't even in the picture no more. But me and him, we at the elbows. You know what I'm saying? I was out there in Vegas last year, celebrated his birthday with him, and you know he treated me like his own little brother. Straight out, came out the same womb. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a genuine dude, man. And I love that dude, and I give my shirt off to him if he needed it. You know what I'm saying?
Without a fucking doubt. So what kind of for the up world, what kind of truck, what kind of wheels, and what kind of deck are you preferring to somebody just picking it up right now? What kind of like whole complete setup?
Pig wheels, thunder trucks, pizza skateboards.
And what about berries?
Bronsons.
The Bronsons, y'all. I ask those quick questions. Those were always important to me when I was a kid. You know what I mean? What kind of grip tape?
Tomo grip or mob grip.
Man, there it is. There it is, y'all. If any incoming skateboarders in the game or in the mix and connected with me, go follow this young man right here, Sacjitt, and follow his pop, man. We're doing it big out here. Marcus Attwood, Team Attwood all day. God bless you guys, man. I appreciate you for getting on the platform tonight.
Thank you. We appreciate you for having us on there, man. Big shout out to you, West Coast. We active, man. Love what you got going over there. Your vibe, your energy, and this ain't the last of our meeting. You know, of our relationship.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm ready to do a skate tour down here and get something popping off. You know what I mean? We'll buy a whole bunch of pizza for the kids, a whole bunch of water, soda, whatever they want. You know what I mean? We'll get it in.
For real. All we just got to do is just sit down, network, and see what we can do to make it happen.
Like I said, my wife will take some of that headache off you, man. I know what it's like getting all that paperwork together and walking in the buildings and making these people try to get something going.
Woo! Let me take my hat off to her. She can have that hat. You know what I'm saying? Because paperwork is not my it's not my forte. You know what I'm saying? That out the trunk hustle, I know how to get it out the street. I know how to, you know what I'm saying? I know how to get out there and knock on them doors and talk to people. You feel me? That's me. And that's why it takes a village, because one person good at this, another person good at that, and another person good at this, and that's what make the machine work. You see what I'm saying?
That part.
I can't do it all. You feel me? But what I'm good at, man, I'm a push all gas, no brake.
Man, I appreciate that. Yeah, she's got 20 years, UCLA college. She graduated paralegal. So,
oh yeah,
let's run it, man.
Oh yeah, she got the arsenal.
Yes, sir. And I'm right there with you. I'm out the trunk with it every day. My trunk's full of merch right now. I can't put groceries in my trunk. I got to put it in the back seat. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Exactly. But God bless both of you, man. And I'm rooting for you. I'm Team Attwood all day now. You know what I mean? West Coast, we active. I'm going to shoot you guys a little care package. You know what I mean? I hope you'll rock one of our t-shirts while you're out there skating and getting dirty one of these days.
Most definitely. And we going to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get some merch down there to you too. You and your wife and your son down there too. And, you know what I'm saying? Again, we're going to keep this relationship growing. It's all about networking.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. You have a good night. This is Team Attwood. Everyone go follow them. Show some support. Their links are going to be below the YouTube channel. And run it up. This West Coast Reactive. Peace, y'all.
Peace out.